Hello, welcome to Brown Dog Gadgets Live. I'm Amanda, the Education Outreach Coordinator here at Brown Dog Gadgets. Behind the camera cracking up, I've got Josh.
Wait, I'm here.
Yay, you showed yourself.
Yay, I'm here. Goodbye.
Good job. Today we are doing a microbit project. It is the Clothespin Piano. Has a lot of tape and a lot of clothespins, and it's very fun. But before that, if you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and YouTube. Also, the guide for the project that you see today, as well as all of our other projects, products, and templates, can be found at browndoggadgets.com. And then if you have any questions while we're streaming, feel free to chat with us. Otherwise, you can always email us at help@browndoggadgets.com.
There you go.
Yeah, look at you, Josh. See? Every day Pete's out, you get a little bit better at it. I do want Pete back, though. Mainly because we're going to talk about code today. It might be rough, people. It might be rough, but that's okay. Let's switch to the overhead cam.
We may make an appearance. Overhead cam. Oh, there we go.
There it is. All right, now the question is, do you know how to zoom out? Yay!
Wow.
All right. Hey, I don't know how. I'm on this side of the camera. So you may not have. Just saying. All right, so this is our Clothespin Piano with microbit. So it plays keys. Yay, you can play a song. I usually play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Do it.
It's solid. All right. That is the only song I know how to play.
Amanda, not to lower the mood here, but as you played that, the number of viewers dropped.
That's fair.
Just saying.
I understand. It's perfectly fine. All right, so for this project, we've got it on a piece of cardboard. This one is actually like a printer paper box from the copy room. Easy. Then we use 1/8 inch maker tape because we're connecting to our bit board. And then we transition into 1/4 inch maker tape for on the actual clothespins.
Amanda, what is maker tape?
Oh, Josh. Such a great question. Maker tape is a nylon conductive tape. It's the far superior cousin to copper foil tape. Copper foil tape tears really easily. It is not always conductive even when it looks like it is. It is just a pain to use. Maker tape is not. It's great stuff. No fire on the copper foil today? You asked the question. I thought maybe you were going to set the copper foil on fire. There we go. Much better. All right, so for the clothespins themselves, before we actually jump into this, and side note, if it starts making a lot of noises, I'll point out why in a minute. But you'll see that we've got clothespins here. We're going to just unplug the battery, though, while I point this out. I have a path coming from whatever pin it's connected to the bottom part of the clothespin, right here. These are all hot glued onto the cardboard, too. I would highly suggest that because when you press, it does move around. It would move around quite a bit if it's just regular glue. So hot glue is definitely the way to go for this. But then the piece of tape stops right at this pad right here. And then there's a separate piece of maker tape that starts on the pad here and wraps around to the top of the clothespin. It doesn't have to go all the way to the end like this. It could just go past where our pathway is going to come, but it looks so nice and neat that way. So that way, when it closes, or when it is closed, the top path and the bottom path are connecting, and that's actually going to make the sound off. So if the circuit is open, that's when the sound plays. So if for any reason you've got paths that maybe are not connected all the way, like it was peeling up a little bit, or you moved your cardboard around, or like one of these weren't connected completely, it's just going to make noise on you, even when these are closed. So there is a way to kind of figure out which one it is. Here, I'll just peel this up real quick. There we go. So it's making noise, it's irritating, and I might not be able to figure out which one it is. So I could tell if I can actually play the key, then I know it's not those. So as far as I can play the key, I know we're good. So I couldn't play this one, and then I can't play the two after it because the circuit's broken at that point. So it can help us kind of figure out where that gap is. So if it's playing noise and you're not actually playing it, check all of your connections. If you decide that you don't want 10 keys, that is perfectly fine. You can scale this project down. However, if you don't have 10 keys, you cannot use the same code. You do have to adjust the code so it actually has the right number of keys, because if you leave one off, that circuit's technically open and it's going to play that note sound constantly and be really annoying.
Wah, wah.
I know. And then we have our speaker connected. I don't know if did you guys make this project before version 2 or just because we have the speaker?
That is correct, Amanda.
Yeah. So we have the piezo speaker connected here. If you wanted to, you could do it without and just make a ground connection straight across. But then in the code, and we'll look at this as well, you have to make sure to turn on you could hear, it doesn't like that wasn't fully connected when I was putting it on.
Actually, Amanda, I misspoke. The bitboard has been around the same amount of time as when they switched to microbit version 2. That's when they started including a piezo on the microbit itself.
Right.
So that's why actually we didn't put a piezo on the bitboard, because we figured, okay, going on from a certain point, all new microbits will have one on there. Why increase our price?
Right.
So actually, I misspoke. We do
That's
this.
okay.
Actually, we do this. The main reason is, Amanda, if you're an educator who has a microbit without a piezo speaker,
Right.
we're still accommodating your needs, because piezos are easy to come by, both
Yep.
ours and off-the-shelf ones.
Absolutely.
The more you know.
And then, yeah, so right now, I think I actually ended up changing the code on this, so it's playing out of both. I wanted to see if I could make it louder when I was recording. It was about the same. But if I take that piezo speaker off, I can reroute that ground to connect. And then in the code, I would just adjust it so it's using the piezo speaker or the speaker that is connected to the microbit. So definitely an option there to not use it. And then since I don't have enough pins on the front, I do have 2 of these connecting to the back side as well.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey,
quick
Josh.
question from
Yeah.
across the room. Let's say I really like pianos and 10 keys just doesn't do it for me.
Right.
Would it be possible to add more somehow?
It would, but Josh, you're going to now have to tell us what the maximum is, because I'm not sure. 16?
Well, Amanda, how many additional unnumbered or numbered spots are there on the back side of the bitboard?
Well, to be fair, 0 could be used
Ooh, true.
if you use the speaker on board and take off the piezo. Mm-hmm. And then we've got 16, 15, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 more on the back. If, in fact, we can use all of them. I don't know for a fact that we can.
And then 0.
And then 0.
So that's 7 more.
7 more. So you could go up to 17 keys.
You totally could. Amanda, that is 100% correct.
Yay. Thank you.
I'm glad I could help. Oh, wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
What?
There is something very important.
I'm guessing it's Pete telling us we're wrong.
No, you're wrong, but also right. Mike Cotterman.
Ah, if I only knew what those were, Mike, I would say, sure.
Ooh, I can expand because I know some things. So what Mike is talking about is I2C.
Wait, why are you talking
connected.
like that? Just talk normal, Josh. Come on.
I'm doing my NPR voice.
Okay. We're going to be here for an hour then.
Or fall asleep. So, Amanda, if you look on the bitboard, you'll notice there are a couple of pins there labeled, they're the 2 single pins on the back. I forget, SCL and SCA. See the 2 little
On the side, right?
Also, there's the 2 random extra pins next to the power.
SEL, SDA.
But look at the power. Look at the 3-volt pins. There's 2 at the very end.
3 volt.
No, next to the power input, the colored pins.
Pins.
Move your thumb to the left.
Where am I looking, Josh?
Look at the power.
Power.
Look to the left, power.
Left to power.
There you go. Right
Got
there.
it. Those
So,
pins.
Those are the IC2 pins, SCA and SCL.
Ah.
And they are
Letters and numbers.
specialized pins that give you a lot more control over things. They're specialized. Typically, you'll see those used with, say, like an LCD screen.
Okay.
Like a little liquid crystal screen. Where in the past you have to connect like a whole smorgasbord of pins. You just need to use 2 pins to do that. So it lets you do a whole lot more information with less pins.
Very cool.
And Mike is referencing the fact that you can hook up extenders to it to then have even more inputs. I'm sure Mike could give us, or Pete could give us a lot more technical detail, but in a nutshell, it's 2 pins that give you access to a whole bunch of things. Oh wait, a random Pete's appeared. IC squared. There you go, Pete. I squared C. You know, Pete, I just like when Pete and Mike are both on at the same time.
I know, they could basically just run it.
There's a delay. But
That's
anyway,
right.
so long story short, you don't see this used much in microbits.
Yeah.
You see this in very specialized cases. I just remember seeing this was a big innovation back when people were using Arduinos with LCD screens. Instead of using like 7 or 8 pins, you just use 2 for
Okay.
all that communication. Again, you don't see that used a ton anymore, but at least for the educational purposes, but there are still lots of applications for that. Oh, everything on the chain has an address? Question mark? I don't know. Pete.
The question mark remains.
Yes. So
I don't even know what you mean by that. I feel like you're talking to Mike and not us. That's fair.
It's good times. Everything on the chain has an address? Question mark. Great. But anyway, you could totally, if you wanted to add on extra hardware, you could totally
Yep.
add a ton more keys to the mix. But I think for most educational purposes, Amanda,
10 is
You could do,
more
like,
than enough.
1 to 17 would be plenty.
Yep. But changing the code is definitely key. Otherwise, you're just going to keep hearing a sound that's on the whole time.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Josh,
Hey,
let's look at the code.
well, if only I had things already queued up on screen.
Yay! Hey, Pete, I updated pictures. Josh doesn't like the white background. I do. All right. Let's look at that code.
Oh, look, there's our really cool diagram that somebody put together. Names will go unmentioned.
Well, don't show it for too long. Pete's not going to be happy that the picture is not the new bitboard.
Now look at all these wonderful close-up, so amazing pictures. I'm going to keep scrolling down here to our wonderfully free code.
Yeah.
Mike and Pete are both sending messages still about I squared.
That sounds right. We can move on from that. They
I
can, if
know.
you would like to know more, look at their discussion in the chat.
Yes. Anyway, so here's all that
Awesome.
code.
Perfect. All right, so first and foremost, on start, we're turning off the LCD or the LED matrix on the front of the microbit
For good
because I was going to get to that. A lot of those pins are connected to the matrix. So we need to make sure to turn that off so that's not interfering and getting in the way. Then we're in this code, we do have the built-in speaker on the microbit turned off, but this is where we said you could pull the speaker, connect ground all the way, and then leave it on. So you would actually just leave that part on then. And then for our speaker, we're setting our analog pitch pin to 0. We've got the speaker connected to 0 there. Setting our volume to 255, which is the highest it can go.
Look at that.
Yay, Sarah, I am so glad that you're here and it's not just Mike and Pete talking to each other in the chat. Welcome. This is a really fun project. P.S. As a music teacher, I also am working on a guitar and it's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be coming soon-ish.
Updated guitar.
Updated guitar. A more simplified guitar. A more realistic guitar for the classroom. All right, and then you're going to see that all of those pins that we are using for our clothespins are set to up, or 1, 0. I don't remember. I was going to say they were set to 1, but then when it's equaling 1, then it's playing. Now I've lost. That's all right. It's set to the opposite. It's good.
Yes, because we've got the closed to open.
Got it. Oh, because they are closed. Okay. All right. Then a didgeridoo. I think that sounds great, Pete. I hope you can come back and do that soon. Then in our forever block, we've got that if else running. Yes, they are normally closed. So when it's up, it's 0 because they're normally closed.
It's reverse logic. That's what's going on. Anyway,
Okay.
there we go.
So then in our if else block, it is reading each pin in order. So you will notice, and we've talked about this a little bit in the past as well, that if you wanted to play some of those lower notes, like low A that's in pin 6, if you're playing something that comes before that in the if else block, you won't be able to. So you can't necessarily play a bunch of different keys at the same time. Whichever one is highest in that if else block is going to be the one that plays. So if I'm playing this one and then I come in and play this one, it's going to switch over because it's higher in that code. But then it's reading the pin. If that pin equals 0, then it's going to play whatever tone is set to that pin. And so on and so forth, all the way down. And I'm guessing at the bottom, if nothing is equaling 1, it's stopping all tones.
There we go. Else.
Oh no, it's just else, ringtone, 0 hertz.
Hey, Amanda.
Yes,
You want to see a cool message?
I do. Yay! Well, and Sarah, if you are not familiar, we also do a ton of professional development for educators. So if you're interested, definitely join our newsletter. We will be emailing about our Pathfinder Summer Institute in probably March. And we will be sending out a big old kit of stuff, going through all of it with you, teaching you how to use it. It is a great opportunity. It is free for public and charter school educators in the United States. And it is an awesome time. 30 hours of PD with us, sitting here on live, chatting, building. And Pete will be back by then.
Hey, Amanda,
Thank
in
goodness.
Pathfinders, will we be making a clothespin piano?
No,
Oh, we're not doing that this next
that's a
week?
lot of tape, Josh.
Didn't we do that last
No,
year?
we kept thinking we were going to do it.
Was it 2 years ago we did it?
No,
We have a...
we did
tote-
not build the clothespin piano during Pathfinders at all.
Oh,
We sent the clothespin for the tester.
Yes.
I
was
think
like-
we thought about doing like a 1-key clothespin piano and then realized that it was just too much going on and we moved on from it.
I just remember why there was like a gigantic tub full of like 1,000 clothespins back
Yeah.
there. Because I think we keep ordering them for different like workshops we do, but I forget we have them in the warehouse.
Yeah,
So
that
we
was
just
our
keep
battery
ending up
tester.
more. Anyway.
That was for this guy.
Oh, Pete says don't do the clothespin piano during Pathfinders. It's
God,
too much.
no. That would be horrible. No, the clothespins went in the kits for Pathfinders for our battery tester.
That's why.
Yeah, which was a huge hit.
Everyone loves that's.
It's such a fun little project.
I gotta tell you, it was one of my better ideas back in like 2020.
Yeah.
I'm still running off the high of making a really amazing battery tester with our conductive tape.
Nice. Oh, Sarah, also, if you have not followed us on our social media platforms, I would go and check out the post that we made last week on Facebook. We shared some videos from another music teacher down in, I believe she's in Texas. She participated in our We Teach CS program last summer, and she ended up doing something similar, but then used a NeoPixel strip and had the colors match the notes. I'm going to mess this up. The chroma notes on the staff or something like that. When you played it, she had like her own little xylophone she made. It was very cool.
I believe it was 8 keys to go with the 8 NeoPixels on the strip.
Yep.
It was a really cool project. I'm like, that's a slick idea.
Yep. And she actually made her little mallet so she could connect it, and that was her little xylophone. It was very cool. So I would definitely suggest checking that out. And I'll end up putting it in the next newsletter. So, if you sign up for it, you'll know more. I know. I think I've summed up this code correctly. Fingers crossed. Pete has not corrected me too much in the chat, so I think we're okay.
You know what? It sounds good to me, Amanda.
Awesome.
Really, really good to me.
Perfect. Next week, we've got more Valentine's Day cards. I did make a new one today. It's pretty great. Nice and cheesy. My 9-year-old son loved it. He got a little chuckle out of it.
Do we get a preview of it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to come on Tuesday and find out.
Hey, Amanda, I have a quick question.
Yes, Josh.
Let's say I'm a person who doesn't own clothespins because of things. Could you do this project different ways?
Oh, absolutely, Josh. Tell us about some.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you. Okay, so there's a couple ways of doing this. One, so in our kits, we include small push buttons. Do you have any small push buttons over there, Amanda?
No.
Oh,
I only bring crazy circuit stuff in here when we actually are doing it.
So we have like small little push buttons that that are for our system. I always like when kids can make their own buttons so that they can see the mechanical aspects and realize that buttons are really, really stupidly simple. So I've had people do this project with just, we have it swapped in this version, but with a standard push button, but where they basically paper switches.
Yeah.
So doing this on a piece of cardboard with like literally like just little strips of paper just flopping up and down, that's a really easy one to do. The other way I really like doing this is with a folded over piece of thin cardboard that you just you cut individual keys out of. So it has a little flippy action going on, a natural spring to it. That's really easy to do, especially if you're using all tape. It just very simple buttons. Like cardboard, cereal box cardboard. Which is non-corrugated. But that's a really easy one to do because you all have some Kraft mac and cheese or a cereal box.
And then when you're actually cutting up the cardboard, you get it where it's at the seam already.
Yep.
It folds really nicely.
You can write notes on there. I've seen people decorate them with colors. That's a really, really
then
easy
you
way to
share
do
the
it.
project with us so we can share it with others because it's awesome.
I saw someone do binder clips once.
Yeah, that sounds... I was thinking about that too, but that sounds like really... need a little bit of force there.
Yeah, and there was just no flippy backwards action on that. So anything that you could attach the tape to that has a natural flip to it, that's always good. But I always like to fall back on cardboard and stuff. Oh, if you really want to go crazy, we have a big cardboard push button on our site.
Oh, that would be
that's
elaborate.
But see, the thing with that is, it works really well for like that middle school crowd because making the button itself is its own project.
Button.
Button.
Sure.
That's gonna show up a ton of stuff on our.
It might.
I mean, you could use
ton
like
of
our
cool
case
stuff,
buttons. Oh, here we go. Cardboard push button. So this is a really good project. It's just layers of cardboard. Let's go down. Here we go. Here's a nice diagram. It's layers of cardboard and 2 rubber bands and then tape. Again, you're making your own big button to do something. And this would be in and of itself a really good classroom project. Because you'd have, say, 5 to 8 groups of kids each making a button. And then the button connects to the classroom like wall piano or something like that.
Ooh, I like it.
Those would be a great way to split it up to make one big interactive thing, but everybody makes their own button.
Well, and then the top of the cardboard push buttons has a lot of space.
Oh, yes.
To then decorate it and write the note on it as well, which would be awesome.
Good example of how big it is. I mean, it's fairly large.
Yeah.
So there's a 10 mil LED next to those. But
it's like a Post-it note size, like a typical Post-it note size.
There you can see against this Lego base plate how many studs it is. Oh, Pete did make a round version for those that love a round button.
Cutting out the rectangular one was definitely easier.
Straight lines are way easier to cut than the circles. One other thing that I know we're going to eventually put up on our website at some point is using inexpensive external capacitive touch modules.
Oh, yes.
Which...
someday.
Well, we've got a couple thousand in the mail to us from our supplier that will be going into our kits in the near future. The built-in capacitive touch on the microbit works fine if you're touching the microbit itself. I like to break things out with our tape, say running tape from the microbit across a wall or across a table. Then you can put like a piece of paper or vinyl over the top of it. I like to make a little asterisk or star at the end with tape over the tape to give it a bigger surface area. We used to have a sound wall that we did, but we can do the same thing with the capacitive touch buttons. Let's see if that's up on the sound wall.
I don't.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
there it is.
This was we using it won't work with a microbit the way it currently is, but there are inexpensive capacitive touch sensors you can plug in. Pete had like 8 of these plugged into a bit board about a month ago when we were trying it out. But the capacitive touch little inexpensive modules, they work just fine running tape across a table, whereas the microbits built in capacitive touch has some issues with that. But you can totally, say, run it across a wall and then do silly things with it or across the table. Or I like just putting a piece of paper with a printed design, or we used pieces of vinyl that we cut with a vinyl cutter.
Yeah.
Our cameo silhouette. Is it down here? Yeah, there's my little X I made on the table. This is from so long ago. Oh, here's us testing out paper, vinyl, and whatnot. But your capacitive touch will work through the object. So you can still activate it through the paper. But just, again, another way of fun interacting with stuff.
Right.
But once we get those modules in, we're going to get to it in Microbit University eventually.
Eventually.
We'll write a guide for
Yep.
doing like 4 to 8 of them in there. I think our big limitation is how many of the pin headers are on the bit board itself, because it's a module you have to plug in.
Got it.
Sorry to go into the weeds, Amanda, on weird
That's all right.
things we're planning on doing eventually.
I love it.
But I like the capacitive touch aspect as another interesting way to interact with a microcontroller, because that's how all of our phones work with that capacitive touch action,
Right.
versus a standard push button on a VCR, which no one clearly uses anymore because no one has a VCR DVD player.
Could you also rig this up in some way with like squishy circuits?
Yes, you totally could with those capacitive touch doodads, which, all right, hold on. Let's see here. It's on here. Here we go. This is, again, for a part we no longer make. This is from, it's probably the date on here is totally wrong. But you could use, say, Play-Doh or squishycircuits.com. Play-Doh, shout out to squishycircuits.com.
Yeah.
Matthew over there.
Definitely
We'll
support
never
Squishy
watch our
Circuits.
videos.
That's okay.
But using the built-in capacitive touch and microbit, I'm not quite sure if that'll work for that, but you could use those little modules with this would probably work. Pete has a message that says, ... He's unsure, but you know what? I have so much faith in the awesomeness that is microbit and MakeCode. I'm pretty sure there's a high chance you could use something like conductive dough or conductive paint.
I would imagine.
If there's a chance. You know what? Here's the thing. We'll try it out, and if it works, great. And if
Maybe
it doesn't,
we will.
We've learned something.
Or someone else will, and they'll let us know.
Pete. Pete's saying the component that we're using, the hardware on that older component, they don't even make that anymore. The little teensy boards are what they were called. They don't make them anymore, or that version with capacitive touch isn't done. But we can use little capacitive touch modules. Pete's messaging me saying we could try those little capacitive touch sensors, which again we'll start throwing into our kits and into Pathfinders. Everyone doing Pathfinders will get those little cap touch sensors.
Well, that's if we're prepared to roll it out.
Oh, we will be.
Okay.
They're really easy a thing to throw in into Microsoft MakeCode.
We got our product launch list, Josh. We got to make sure we're ready to launch things.
That's the deal with the silent upgrades to the Bitboard Classroom set.
I like it.
It's just an extra sensor we're throwing in there, and we'll throw it into Microbit University and make a couple of simple activities up with to show it off, because it's a really fun thing to do with tape. For example, and we're going to the weeds here.
Yep.
You could,
You're
in theory,
taking us
Amanda,
deep.
you could run, connect the little capacitive touch sensor, run a piece of our maker tape from the sensor across the wall, over a door into a door handle. So when somebody touches the metal door handle, you would activate the capacitive touch aspect to do something across the room, like an alarm or whatnot.
Right.
Because it's just a very simple change of state with our
Ooh,
body.
for someone's birthday, it starts playing Happy Birthday.
That would totally do it.
Yeah.
Or you could say have like that touch, then we could plug a relay in. Where you touch something, the relay activates and a light turns on. So there's so many great little fun interactivity things with it that you could do with that touch aspect. So I think that's why I really like them, just that fun human interaction aspect. As Amanda's just like, I'm on camera nodding as Josh.
As Josh hides.
As hi, I'm Josh. It's stuck in the 1980s movie
Josh.
Morgan.
I'm gonna
we're gonna go
now.
Yeah, we're done.
And we're gonna be done for today.
Yep.
Yeah. But it is a really cool project. Definitely check it out. Next week we are diving into more Valentine's Day cards like we were talking about. The Valentine's Day hat, paper hat. It's fabulous. And then next Thursday, remember we've taken a break from Microbit University, so we're working on Microbit projects. Next Thursday, we are going to do the step sequencer. I will be honest, I haven't even tried it yet, and I don't even know what it does. That's okay, Josh, you're not telling us right now.
It does cool things.
Exactly. Feel free to jump over to browndoggadgets.com to find this guide as well as many others. And then you can also follow us on our social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and YouTube. And as always, you can email us at help@browndoggadgets.com. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Please visit browndoggadgets.com for parts, projects, and curriculum. Follow us on social media @browndoggadgets. We'll see you next time.